Hi there. In this lecture we see Dmitry Rovner against Mikhail Tal, 1955 Riga. We see e4 from Rovner, and Mikhail Tal plays the French defense. d4, d5, knight d2, knight f6, e5, knight d7, bishop d3, and now c5, c3, knight c6. So this is fairly standard looking stuff so far. Queen b6, knight f3, c takes, f6. E takes, knight takes, f6. So this is pretty theoretical so far. White castles, bishop d6, knight c3. Black castles, and now here, rook e1. It seems natural to play this, but it does weaken subtly the f2 square. There is an interesting move, it seems, which is worth knowing about, just for the record. Bishop e3. It looks as though, hold on, can't black take the pawn here? Well, bishop d7 is usually played, but say black takes the pawn, knight b5 is an interesting kind of trap to be aware of. It hits the bishop, and here, just offering a2 and then going back here, and now rook a4 traps the queen, essentially, because of bishop c1 being threatened. The queen is stopped using b4 here. So that's a funny trap to be aware of. For example, here, just winning the queen. Next. So if bishop e3 is actually playable, it actually supports also by x-raying the queen. It's an interesting move. It supports knight e5. So for example, bishop d7, knight e5 is possible. Bishop e8, queen d2, and that's a kind of comfortable position for white. And if you're wondering about knight takes instead, then there's bishop takes d4 here, another little trap to be aware of. So just be aware of these little traps as white if you're going to be playing French defense here. So anyway, rook e1 was played, and we have bishop d7, knight b5 here, bishop goes back, the knight goes back, the bishop goes back, and now white varies with bishop g5. We have rook a e8, rook e2. Now there is an aggressive move, knight g4. So this is very interesting. h3 is played. Here, Tal plays a very, very interesting idea. So a very, very interesting tactical idea. I wonder if you can spot it, what Tal plays. It does seem a very, very exciting move, kind of logical. So 100 points, black to play. What would you play? Okay. Rook takes f3, yeah, damaging white's king safety. We have g takes f3. If h takes g4, knight takes d4 is interesting. So for example here, g takes, knight takes f3 check. This position is pretty interesting to play from for black. There's a lot of potential here. For example, like this, there's a great potential in the black position. So anyway, g takes was played, and we have another fascinating move, knight h2, so threatening knight takes f3, winning that bishop like that. King g2, maybe a slight mistake here, but it's a difficult position. Rook e3 might actually be better. For example, knight takes d4, f4, and if h6, there's a very fascinating bishop takes h6, otherwise white's in huge trouble. If bishop h4, bishop takes f4, black's got massive compensation. So there's a line where the rook can actually be used on the g file, very, very technical stuff. If instead of knight f3 of taking, then the g file is actually kind of potentially useful for white in certain circumstances. For example, here, with queen takes d4, white will be better. So yeah, it gets really, really complicated, but it does turn out that rook e3 on inspection seems to be one of the key moves here to try and parry black's attack. With king g2, knight takes d4 is played. We have rook e3 now, h6, bishop h4, and now bishop f4. So this is a very interesting situation. Bishop g6, bishop takes e3, which helps potentially rescue this knight by being able to take on f3 at some point. So here bishop takes e8, and actually in this position, what do you think Tal plays in this position? Does he want to take this, or does he want to take on f3 for 50 points? It's a fascinating position. It's chaos on the board a little bit. Actually, Tal takes on f3. Yeah, he gives up d7 to win h4. After king f1, because if king h2, there's queen d6 check, and then this is powerful looking at h2. How does actually white defend there? It's very tricky. So king f1, but now there's killer common squares abound here on f2 and g2 and e2 potentially. It just needs the help of the top scorer on the chessboard generally. So for 100 points, what do you think Tal's next move is? Okay, queen takes b2. This ends the game. So why does it end the game? Well, it threatens mate. If rook b1, we're just going to checkmate. If f takes, then we're going to play a kind of checkmate anyway with queen g2 and knight f3, knight hf3. This is going to lead to checkmate. If knight e2, then actually we take on this occasion, and we end up being, material up actually. We end up being a piece up. For example, here is good as one example. And check gets the queens off because the knight's covering g2. Otherwise, yeah, there's big trouble anyway. So say the queens come off, even if we're not a piece up here, this is just a totally one endgame. So yeah, it's all the variations basically are winning for black after queen takes b2. So what are the takeaway points? It's a very, very tactical game, but it shows that Tal doesn't mind playing the French defense, which you might not consider the open game, but in the Tarrasch variation, things do seem to get pretty sharp and tactical. The exchange sacrifice on f3 to rupture white's pawns around the king is very interesting, and to undermine d4. A very, very interesting tactical game, with the French defense. So showing some new ways, new opportunities. It's not just a passive opening. That was a very, very exciting use of that dynamic semi-open f-file to rupture white's king side. So I think some instructive points there. Very, very interesting Mikhail Tal game, showing great attacking energy. I hope you enjoyed it as much as me. Thanks so much. Hi there. Thanks for getting to the end of the YouTube video. If you would like to see other Mikhail Tal games, I actually have an amazing course for Mikhail Tal, which is currently at 4.9 with over 400 students. You can check this out from the Kingscrusher TV page. So Chess Strategy and Tactics, Mikhail Tal's amazing games. You can check out some free preview videos as well here. If you do expand all sections, you can see the preview links to get some free previews. So I hope you do check out this course index and the free previews. So I really had a thrilling time actually checking out Mikhail Tal's games. So yeah, the YouTube video here you saw was just a sample from this course. I hope you check it out. Okay, thanks so much. Oh, by the way, comments, questions, likes, shares, all appreciated. And if you did get to this part of the video, please do leave some sort of comment like Tal fan. Okay, thanks again.